All right, everybody. Hi, this is Terry, and welcome. It's Monday Night Live with Team Up. Oh my gosh, did you guys feel like the need to exhale, at the end of January? I mean, it was like, oh my goodness. And what a great month we had. I'm just so proud of all you, and I know that we had that great, reset offer, which just, gave us a lot of spice to our conversations. But I got to tell you, the last 10 days of the month were just so powerful. So, congratulations to everyone that participated as a team. We put on 330 new preferred customers in the month of January. And yeah, let's give it this hands up to everybody because that was great, guys. I just kind of feel like the clouds and everything is starting to shift. All right, 330 new preferred customers. We did some great things in January that we're going to repeat. Number one, we did our first call with Moms on a Mission, making American families healthy again. And I got to tell you, that generated a lot of business. I don't know, Abby, are you there? I would love for Abby to kind of do a recap if she's around. If not, she's with babies.
I'm finishing feeding Harper, so I don't have my face on, but
Okay,
I'll
well,
I'll
then why
just
don't you just talk to us about how effective that was for you and your team?
perfect. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. So I from that event had 3 new orders placed and 1 new team member. So it was a huge conversion rate for me and really successful. So we plan to keep doing them. And I know my team will continue to pour into them. So I can't encourage you guys enough to. And I know Nancy Hilliard had a great win from it too, Terry, if you want to share that one.
Yeah, is Nancy, are you on the call? Nancy, why don't you talk about what your win was with Moms on a Mission?
Hold on. Oh, I just got in the car. So I invited a friend. He was a partner a couple of years ago, but he reached out and he said, "Hey, I want to get back on Juice Plus." And so I told him about the call, and he said, "Yeah, I'll be there." Because he wanted to share with a nurse friend, and I thought she was going to be on, but she wasn't on. But anyway, he came to the call and he signed up to be a partner, and he is on hospice for kidney failure, I think, kidney or liver. But he's doing better, and we met with Terry the other day, and he's going to share from his hospital bed and just sharing it with people. So he's excited. He says, "I know it worked the first time, and so it'll work again."
Well, and the reason I had you share, Nancy, is that here's a call, Moms on a Mission, right? And all the stories are moms and their kids. And Nancy invites a 70-year-old gentleman who's in hospice who says, yeah, I get this. All right, so you see the power of what we have here. All right, so we are going to do it. The next one will be the last Tuesday night of February, which is the 25th. And we'll showcase some different moms and different stories with moms and their children. So we're going to do that. So I'm super excited about that because I love doing those. And Amy Hopkins and I will do an event. We don't have it on the calendar yet, but it's going to correlate with the new bundle. Okay, it's going to be the heart and mind. And so it's going to be Amy and I, on Zoom, bantering about more than likely heart health. And the way the both of us always do, we get into the microbiome. So we're going to have a date. We will know what that looks like before this week is out. So just want you to know we got a lot of new things coming up, and we're excited. Hey, Familia, do you have an image about the bundle? Yeah, let's pull that up. I just want to make sure you all are aware that this started today. All right, I didn't think the company was going to run with anything new after the January offer, because the January offer was so magnificent. I just figured, oh no, that'll be the end of it for a while. And then they turn right around and they start a new offer today, February 3rd through the 17th. Yeah, you're right, Tasha. This is such a good deal. $98, 2 boxes of Luminate, a 2-month supply of the Omegas. It's a $45 savings. And it's for brand new customers or existing customers. And so I know that, yeah, so a lot of, and so stay tuned because there's a lot of exciting things that pop up every day as to how to share, and how to have conversations about it. So I just think, I mean, the company is doing everything they can, with all things digital still being a tad bit sticky. They're doing everything that they can to support us so that we can keep going and growing. All right. So talking about going and growing, I think some of you know that once a month I'm on a mastermind call with some very powerful leaders in Juice Plus. I kind of consider it like playing tennis with people that play better than me. That's the way I look at it. I mean, every month I'm meeting with Jennifer Myers and Christine Abril and, Don Rathman, and there's a group of us, okay? And to tell you how well, like, Christine Abril plays this game, whereas we came in with like 300 and I remember it was 30 or 50 new customers, Christine Abril's team came in with 1,300. So that's how well Christine Abril plays the game. All right, so on our last call last week, she was talking about how she has teams that are duplicating. And they're duplicating with an in-home presentation, either a new rep launch or a watch party, call it whatever it is, but they're calling it movie and a smoothie. And their intention was to create something that duplicates easily so that they don't have to be in the room. So Christine talked about they don't even create, how we always are the flyer, where's the image to promote the event. They do it old school. Hey, I'm having some people over. We're talking health and wellness. I'm doing Juice Plus. Come on over. We're doing a movie and a smoothie, and I can't wait for you to meet my friends. And I just think that line, I can't wait for you to meet my friends, people are showing up. Now they're doing something that's kind of fascinating within the concepts of this event. First thing is they're creating one smoothie, not here's 3 or 4 different kinds, one smoothie for the night. All right. When the people walk in, Pamelia, if you want to pull up, everybody fills out a wellness survey. I'll let Pamelia pull out because it was created by somebody on Christine's team. It's a simple wellness survey, circle symptoms that are related to poor gut health, and their choices are like immunity, digestive issues, IBS, diarrhea, constipation, depression, inflammation. Well, right away, that gets people thinking about, I didn't even know all of these things were related to poor gut health. All right, but it's a great lead in. And then some questions. Are you interested in anti-aging and disease prevention? Do you exercise? The questions about water, supplementation, sleep, eating enough fruits and vegetables. I love the questions at the bottom. Do you take any over-the-counter medication or prescription meds? So they have everybody fill out this wellness survey. Then what they do is they hand out, remember that Mitra Ray summary of the research of Juice Plus? Everybody sitting there gets this summary of Mitra Ray. And then guess which movie they watch? Mitra Ray. And here's where the magic happens. She said, we sit there and we watch people looking at Mitra on the screen, and they're following along with the sheet that they have in their hands, and they're taking notes and they're making notations. And this sheet becomes the second party validation or the third party validation. What they do after, okay, so the movie order forms go across the room, and they have created a really cute, simple order form. And we all have access to this. And the other thing that they do is whoever the hostess is, look at that, isn't that a cute order form, and we'll all be able to use it. The other thing that they do is that right there on their TV monitor, they go into their personal website. And people, point and click, would you like to see a little bit of more this, that, or the other thing you want to come up? We can place your order here or fill it out on the piece of paper. And it's magnificent and it's brilliant. And Christine said, Partner Pluses, and this is, if you know Christine Abel, this is how she talks. She goes, Partner Pluses, QSCs, sales coordinators, here, there, and everywhere. I mean, okay, so I don't know about you, but I'm game for movie and a smoothie. And I think the magic happens with Mitra's, outline, plus watching Mitra on the screen. And I had never thought of using Mitra's presentation for an event in the home. And how many of you have been noodling with the idea of doing something in your home for February? Right? All right, so I thought what we could do tonight, we're going to hold just for a second. Does anybody have anything? I want to show Mitra's presentation again. I think we have forgotten how magnificent it is. All right. I think we need to watch again. And imagine you're holding the summary in your hands. And this would kind of like be a mock smoothie in a movie. Before we start that, does anybody have any questions? Anything they want to share about January before we go into this? Or anything that you're planning for February that we didn't talk about? Are we good? All right, so I think this is about maybe 15 minutes long. So here we go. We need volume.
We need sound.
Yeah.
I just
Amelia,
had to, you can hear me now, right?
I can hear you, but you need to restart and click share
Well,
volume.
it's just one, no, I don't think it's share volume. I think it was, wasn't unmuted. You
No.
think I need to share volume? Where?
If you go to your options, go ahead and stop share. And then start share again. And it should be on the page there, either at the bottom or over on the right.
Yeah, I had that done. I just had myself muted. That was my problem. Thanks, though.
Okay.
Just forgot about me.
Can I see some emojis here? Awesome. Great. All right, we got this geeky emoji coming up. I'm going to start by sharing with you that the Juice Plus company has boldly given scientists over $15 million with the challenge to prove that the products don't work. Why do I frame it like that? Because once the scientists receive the grant, the Juice Plus company is no longer involved in what the results will be or what gets published ultimately. Who does that? What supplement company takes that kind of risk? And these scientists use all these critical tools to see if they can prove us wrong. And guess what? Juice Plus works. These are functional plant powders, not just plant powders, functional plant powders. Over 25 years ago, when they first started doing the research studies, I was excited. Other healthcare professionals were excited because there were only a few studies to talk about. But Lisa, share with you, there's like 48 studies now, and it's exciting, but also overwhelming to try to put this all into perspective. So I came up with this timeline as a way to put some of this into perspective for you. Now, I need to first read the disclaimer at the bottom. Juice Plus is not about treating or curing specific conditions or diseases. Your personal Juice Plus experience may vary. Okay. My objective was not to include all the research because, as you can see, it's a pretty busy timeline already. But I want to take you on a journey of what happens in your body when you start taking Juice Plus. Imagine with me that today is the first day you start to take your Juice Plus capsules. So just humor me for a second. As I look at you guys, close your eyes. Imagine you've just woken up Diana. Imagine, Jim, that you walk into your kitchen and you take 2 fruit capsules, 2 veggie capsules, 2 omega capsules, and 2 berry capsules, okay? And we're gonna see what happens in 2 hours. So we are likely to see a significant rise in an exciting category of nutrients called polyphenols. It's all the buzz for slowing down the aging process and reducing systemic inflammation. It's estimated that there's over 8,000 different polyphenols. We obviously cannot test for all of them. But here's 3 that they tested for that they found in the product, and within a couple of hours of taking the product, you see it in the blood. Now, imagine it's 5 hours later and you still haven't eaten. Guess what we see? We see several other polyphenols show up in the blood, but the interesting thing is they were not in the product. They're made by the bacteria in your gut from existing polyphenols in the product. So you're feeding beneficial bacteria, and they turn around and they're feeding you more polyphenol protection. That's just beautiful symbiotic biology in my mind. And now imagine it's 10 hours later and you still haven't had any food, and we see even more polyphenols showing up thanks to your gut bacteria, your microbiome. You got to get excited about that from both a science perspective, right? And what it means for your health. You see, we live in a very toxic world because you're burning fuel for energy, just like in a car, and those toxins damage our proteins, our DNA, our mitochondria, our cells. It causes inflammation, and it speeds up the aging process. Your brain especially suffers because it loses more fuel because it's the organ that's doing the most amount of work. It needs to detoxify daily. So this study was done in Italy, and it got a bunch of brain researchers in Spain all excited. We're going to talk about that soon, so stay tuned. Now, imagine we continue to look at your blood for the next several weeks. Can you find that little blood? Who's the first to find that little blood emoji and put it in the chat? Find that little blood drop emoji and put it in the chat. Okay, so basically, you're going to see, for example, 528% increase in beta carotene, 80% increase in lycopenes. What are lycopenes? They're the red pigment in tomatoes that keep the tomatoes from sunburn. So when the lycopenes get into your blood, they protect your skin from sunburn. Up to a 40% increase in alpha tocopherol, which is a part of vitamin E. But those aren't the only nutrients that will increase. Now imagine that we have 20 scientific papers from 25 years of research showing the bioavailability of many different nutrients. We know that those who eat the largest variety of plants consistently have better gut microbiome and therefore are much healthier than their counterparts who don't eat a bunch of plants. When I first started taking Juice Plus 30 years ago, no one had heard of the word bioavailability. But this important body of research has awakened the world of science to the word bioavailability. And you can go to juiceplus.com and you can look at all these studies, all these orange listings. They lead you, if you click on them, to the abstract for the study or the full paper. Now, if you're an exercise enthusiast or an athlete, the next timestamp is going to be of interest to you. I had said that burning fuel for energy causes damage. That's called oxidation. When our proteins get oxidized, they become a toxin that your body has to deal with, which slows down the whole recovery process after exercising. So this study was done on athletes, and within 2 weeks, the researchers saw a reduction in those damaging oxidized proteins that normally accumulate after exercise. There's actually way more studies. In fact, you can go to the website, search athletic performance, and you can see all the research, each of them drop down with a link to the study itself. So, because of all this research and how well athletes do with the Juice Plus, as their nutritional support program, we've been able to partner over the years with many Olympic teams, and now with the United States Performance Center, which is a state-of-the-art facility for training our top athletes in the nation. I need some emojis of excitement there. Come on, that's pretty great, right? They've recognized who we are. Remember now I talked about oxidation also damages your DNA? Why should you care about DNA damage? Well, you are the sum total of billions of cells that rely on reading your DNA, which is the blueprint for making cells function, making you function as a whole. We want to protect that genetic blueprint from potential threats. What are they? UV light from the sun, free radical damage from burning food for energy, especially junk food. There's radiation exposure, chemical pollutants, and cell replication itself. Here's what we've learned about how Juice Plus can help reduce DNA damage with 3 separate populations. First, in a healthy middle-aged adults, we saw a 7 to 12% reduction in DNA damage over 60 days. Then, in a younger population, there was 44% less damage for 77 days. Finally, amongst an elderly population, there was a 66% less damage over 80 days. And this kind of molecular protection gives us more tangible results down the road as we continue down the timeline. Now imagine it's 8 to 12 weeks later, and we continue to study what is happening, and we find that there's improved gum health, skin health, heart health, and lung health. Do people think about taking supplements to improve their gum health? Put a yes or no in the chat if you take supplements to improve your gum health. Like, that's not a thing, right? But here's how Juice Plus research has evolved. Dentists have been to notice less gum bleeding in patients they put on Juice Plus. You know when you go to the dentist and they ask you if you flossed and you say yes? Then they poke and probe you and you start bleeding and you're totally busted. Well, Juice Plus does help your gum health improve. They know this by measuring the pocket depth and seeing reduced bleeding on probing and plaque accumulation. Some of the researchers commented that besides dental hygiene, they have never seen results like this from a nutritional support protocol. Okay, who is gullible like me to advertising, and you spend lots of money on lotions and potions for your skin? Like, as a scientist, I know better. For instance, I know it is very hard to improve something called microcirculation. What is microcirculation? Well, the arteries that are close to the skin are so teeny tiny that only one blood cell can squeeze through at a time. And I have yet to find a cream that will improve that, but Juice Plus will. It increases skin microcirculation by 39% and boosts skin hydration, thickness, and density. That means smaller pore sizes and healthier skin. Who doesn't want that? Now, there are many ways to measure heart health, and Juice Plus has several studies on heart health. Each of these bullets deserves an hour-long discussion, but for the sake of time, I'll read them quickly for now and tell you that there's an exciting conclusion coming. So Juice Plus helps maintain normal levels of homocysteine, which is a biomarker for cardiovascular health. It supports healthy blood flow, which normally goes down after a high saturated fat meal. So if you eat a lot of fat, saturated fat in your diet, your blood flow will go down by 40%, and that reduced blood flow can last 6 hours, but Juice Plus can help with that not happening. It also helps maintain normal, healthy elasticity of the arteries, and that's how it allows you to maintain normal blood flow. Reduces the oxidation of sticky LDL cholesterol and helps maintain healthy blood pressure. Now, this next one is not an endorsement for smoking by any means. However, in a study with 75 smokers, we see that Juice Plus capsules can help support the flow and volume of air entering and exiting the lungs. To me, that means if we can help smokers, then we can help the rest of us too. Moving on to a few months down the road, what do we see? We see better gut health. I'm sure you're hearing a lot about gut health. The composition of your gut microbiome has been shown to influence many, many areas of physical and mental health. We know that being overweight, for example, is due to an imbalance of bacteria in the gut. That's called dysbiosis. Let's look at the effects on Juice Plus on overweight women. And what they find is increased levels of butyrate, which is a small-chain fatty acid that supports digestive health and improves glucose clearance from the blood. Helping people balance their blood sugar is an incredibly important benefit. Juice Plus capsules, along with the complete shake, also impact the gut microbiome positively. How does that play out in real life? Well, you become very regular because your microbiome improves. Some of you have already started the Shred, which is a program I wrote to help use the Juice Plus products to make additional lifestyle changes. And one of the best outcomes of the program is better gut health. Now, remember in the beginning we started and I talked about the polyphenols and the brain researchers in Spain got excited about those findings? Well, I, for one, am paranoid about brain health. So I do everything I can, especially as I get older, to protect my brain. In a double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled clinical study conducted on healthy young adults, Juice Plus capsules improve these important cognitive processes, including working memory. That's like your ability to recall stuff in the moment. Selective attention. That's your ability to focus on what you want to focus on instead of like, squirrel, right? Processing speed. That means your ability to think on your feet. And executive function. That means your ability to make a smart move based on what's presented to you in the moment. So the brain also thrives on omega-3, and as well as your heart and the rest of your body. And I'm sure you've read a lot about omegas in your body. And most people resort to fish oil supplementation. That's neither sustainable for the planet, nor is it efficient because fish don't make omegas. They get it from the algae that they eat. The Juice Plus omegas are, in my mind, the very best out there because they provide all the omegas found in plants. It's not just about omega-3. You have omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, and they do so in Mother Nature's natural ratios from the variety of plant sources. And they are bioavailable. We know this because we can measure something called omega-3 index. Omega-3 index measures the amount of EPA and DHA in your red blood cell membranes, and it's a marker for your overall omega-3 status. An optimal range is 8% or higher. In Japan, the omega-3 index is greater than 8%. In the US, it's about 5%. So in Japan, the expected lifespan is around 5 years longer than it is in the United States. So they did an interesting study in Austria with subjects who are already healthy with a baseline omega-3 index of about 8%. I started off this talk by having you pretend to have taken 2 of all the 4 blends, but let's break this down a little bit more. The blue line shows what happens if no Juice Plus was taken. There's no real change, no surprise. The orange bar shows if you just took 2 omega capsules for 16 weeks, there's a nice healthy rise in omega-3 index. That's great. Something very interesting happens when you combine the omega capsules with the fruit, veggie, and berry capsules. Even though there's no real omega fats in the other 3 blends, the synergy of all 4 blends taken together further increases the omega-3 index. The final yellow bar shows what happens if you double your omega dosage, which I definitely recommend for adults. I see omega-3 index going up more than I want my omega-3 index going up more than to like 14%, because 8% is like normal for a healthy population. I want to be optimally healthy. And when I doubled my dosage, I actually got rid of my reading glasses, and I poke a hole and put it on my skin, which is another tip for taking better care of your skin with real omega-3 fats. So as a mom, I'm also thinking about the next generation. We continue now to see what happens after 6 months of taking Juice Plus. Here we're contrasting the product versus diet instruction alone with normal and overweight boys between the ages of 6 and 10. Juice Plus this is very exciting. Juice Plus was effective in improving insulin resistance and reducing abdominal fat mass in overweight boys. That's pretty exciting stuff for moms. And what about how often we get sick and our kids get sick? They studied 4 at-risk groups. They studied healthcare professionals in direct contact with patients, law students stressed out during finals, an elderly population, and elite forces during hardcore training. What they found is that Juice Plus reduces the severity of upper respiratory challenges, reduces the number of lost work days, increases the number of activity of circulating immune cells. That's a lot. Like, how many of you get sick less often as a result of taking Juice Plus, right? Give me some heart emojis if you get sick less often because you take your Juice Plus. Finally, this is the result that came out in 2019, but the result was so good that we got a little nervous about sharing it with the world. However, it's a public health study, and people need to know the long-term implications of taking Juice Plus as found by scientists who, once again, had the freedom to publish whatever they found. What these scientists did was they did a thorough literature review of 2,378 publications using the search words fruits, vegetables, and concentrates, and found 13 related publications among 7 different products, and one was Juice Plus. These statistical analyses allow historical data to be projected into the future. They can be regarded as theoretical. So the current data is for the United States if everyone 18 years or older took Juice Plus from 2015 to 2025. Here are the theoretical predictions from this public health study. For a generally healthy population, the stats predict 62.4 million coronary events avoided, saving $109 billion in direct costs, so it doesn't even include indirect costs. For people with a history of hypertension, 46.49 million coronary events avoided, saving $137 billion, even more money because hypertension costs money. And those with metabolic syndrome, even then the numbers are impressive. 0.74 million coronary events avoided, $1.32 billion saved. Now, if these are the direct dollars saved at large, consider what this means for our individual pockets. I mean, come on, right? So, for those of you who are Juice Plus partners with us, you can find this document in your Juice Plus hub. For those who are new to this message, I can share with you that Juice Plus has served me and my family through good times and bad for 30 years. So you really have 3 choices. First, you sat and listened so far, but not really interested in making any investments, in which case we want to thank you for being here. It's really no fun to speak without having an audience, so thanks for being part of the audience today, all right? The second choice is you're ready to get started. And while I'm known for going on and on about the science like I just did, my late husband, Dougie B., is famous for keeping it super simple. He would simply say, what part don't you get, the fruits and vegetables or in a capsule? Maybe you are ready to make this one simple change, or maybe you want to learn more about the Shred 10 program and jumpstart your health this year. In this case, talk to the person who likes you enough to have shared this event with you. And finally, some of you are not only ready to get started eating Juice Plus, you are ready to be part of our mission and partner with us. In that case, you may want to join us for the afternoon session and learn some more about our company, hear from our CEO, and some of our partners who will share some success strategies with you. Whatever you choose, thank the person that shared this event with you, and I encourage you to start the next chapter of your health adventure today. Thank you so much.
Harry, you're
Can't
muted.
hear you, Terry.
I'm not often muted. I had forgotten how look at Ray. I had forgotten how magnificent that was. What a gem. Now, do know that, we cropped like the first 4 or 5 minutes, right, Camelia, in the beginning? It's just 2 minutes, because they go into Doogie's passing. And so we fast forwarded about 2.5 minutes. But can you see how that could be a really effective launch party, watch party? I mean, heart health party. And the thing is, it's not too much science because she really dumbs it down and brings health in general. She brings it full circle with every single step. So I'm excited about this. I hope you're excited about this. If you're going to be doing this in the month of February, please let us know how it's going for you, when you do it. I did hear Christine say that on a couple of them, what they do at the end is that Christine has popped up, they pull up Zoom on the TV and Christine shows up and tells her story. So there's so many ways we can run with this. And of course, Mitra doesn't cover the Luminate because when she did this, we didn't have our Luminate. But it's so good. It's just so good. All right, my friends, we ran a couple minutes over tonight. Anybody have anything they want to share before we say good night?
Terry, I just want to say it is in the team up boards and it was down at the bottom. I've moved it up right under what's new. So you will see it. Everything that was here that I shared is there.
Okay. Thank you. You guys know that I love you. Thank you for a fabulous January. And let's keep, remember we talked about momentum, build it, sustain it, keep it growing. Let's keep going. Let's get out there. Let's tell the truth. Because what Mitra said, these plant powders, they're life-saving. Go save some lives. Go love somebody in February. Take care. Peace and blessings. See you next Monday night. Thank you, Pamelia. Thank you, Kathy. Slam dunk.